Hello my dear children, today we'll be discussing position of prepositions in this particular video. This simply means how and where it is placed in a sentence, that is the preposition. The very first one is usually placed before noun or pronoun, as we have discussed in the initial video also, that is यहाँ पे preposition noun और pronoun से पहले place किया जाता है. That is the reason why it is called preposition. Okay, this simply means here noun or pronoun serve as the object. Let's take an example. In the cupboard. So here in is the preposition, the is the article, and cupboard is the object, or so to say noun. For me, instead of working hard. So instead of, what is it? It is a phrase, prepositional phrase. Now let's go for the second one. Can occur at the end of a clause or a sentence. That is, it can be used, or it comes at the end of a clause or a sentence. So the very first one is, under this is interrogative sentences. In this interrogative sentence, you might have noticed that it is in a question form. So obviously it has to begin with the WH words or the H word. So here in this WH you have what post have you applied for. So here there's a relation between what and for, because of they're talking about the post for which it has been applied. So in interrogative sentences, it is ending with the preposition, beginning with the interrogation or the interrogative word. Relative clauses. In this you need to understand what do we mean by a relative clause, and along with that, what is this antecedent. Relative clauses are a clause that is attached to an antecedent by a relative pronoun such as who, which or that. See children, when we talk about a relative clause, as the name itself signifies, showing relation, तो यहाँ पे किसका रिलेशन किसके साथ बताया जा रहा है? एक क्लॉज का जो अटैच किया गया है अपने ही रिलेटिव प्रोनाउन के थ्रू. तो यहाँ पे एंटेसिडेंट क्या है ये देखिए. लेट्स रीड दिस. A word or phrase to which the following word, especially a pronoun, refers. जो आपने उसमें नाउन उस फ्रेज में यूज़ किया है, उसी को अगर आप एज ए प्रोनाउन इन द लेटर पार्ट यूज़ कर रहे हो तो वो उसका एंटेसिडेंट बन जाता है. देखिए, he grabbed the ball and threw it in the air. So ये ball is the antecedent of it. तो बॉल को दोबारा रिपीट ना करके वहाँ पे it यूज़ किया गया है. So here it is again serving or being used in place of a ball. So there is, these two have got connection, and on top of it, ball is the antecedent of it. Okay, look at the examples here. The person to whom you were talking is my uncle. The person you are talking to is my uncle. So I hope you are able to understand the way it has been underlined, to watch to which one what is connected, and how it serves as a relative clause, and how what all is there in the antecedent in this particular sentence. C is the exclamations. As you all have read this before also, that exclamation always takes an exclamatory mark, one thing. Secondly, it shows the expressions or the sort of feelings you have is shown through this. In this particular sentence, let's read it. What a small house to live in. So here it is beginning with what, right? And in, ending with in, that is the preposition. So here they are talking about the small house in which they are saying what a small house to live in. So these two are correlated to or dependent on each other, or they are denoting the idea that what a small house to live in. It is used with passive voice also. The pet shop was broken into by someone. So here you might have, you just see children, I have put this by someone in brackets. Why it is written in brackets? Because it is implied. Whether you use it or not, in both the cases it is right. So the pet shop was broken into. So here broken is the verb, was again is the tense form, into is the preposition. In the second sentence, all old furniture must be disposed of. Disposed is the verb, of is the, what is it? It's the preposition. So in the